next verse, opens with a question, and who, when it comes to the crunch, can live with a heart of gold? That is a literal question, and because she's being literal, then it is a rhetorical question, because nobody can literally live with a heart of gold. And this is about emphasising the threat that he poses to her. So then she introduces us to a dream that she's had. So the idea of the dream is about an expression of anxiety, an expression of fear. And the dream that she tells us about helps us understand what her anxieties and her fears actually are. So she has a child, but the child has 4 limbs, non-human. Okay? I think most people would agree they don't want a non-human child. Its little tongue like a precious latch. We have a simile there. I actually have a hooked image in my head when I think of a latch. And it's the idea, so there'd be like a metal bit and then it hooks over and catches. That's the idea I would have behind a latch. But I think it really is, probably the wider definition would be something that is designed to secure a door. Again, it's about metal, and that's the quality that's been picked up on. And things that are inanimate are unfeeling. They do not have the capacity to feel because they are not living. Then we have its lovely amber eyes, and again, this is connotations of golden. It's been picked up on. But the important part in the description, for me personally, I think the bit that's quite easily overlooked, is the part where the eyes are then compared, or the pupils specifically in the eyes, are compared to flies. And that's an interesting simile. There's the obvious link there that your pupils, which is the bit at the centre of your eye, is black, and a fly is black. So I think that's the obvious similarity that's been drawn on. But I think there's also a suggestion of death and destruction attached to it. Specifically the part of the eye which is the pupil. That's quite a frightening image actually when you think about it, the thing with the stone with the fly inside, isn't it? So this is an idea about emphasising unfeeling, inanimate qualities. This is a terrifying image of a child.
Could you look at the word choice of precious and say that, because obviously you get like precious metals, but obviously like a baby's precious, so it kind of like emphasises how confused she is about what she feels towards.
Absolutely could, yes, definitely. So there's a sense of almost contrasting connotations with it, isn't there? There's connotations of value, but also of importance or significance. And that's because, you've got something that is not very human looking and a little bit and pretty scary, but at the end of the day, remember this is just a dream, it is her child, and that's where you get the conflict of emotion. So my dream milk, so again, the use of the word dream here is just to remind you that what she's recounting here is a dream, that it's not reality. And obviously we're talking about the milk that she uses to feed the child with, but she describes it as burning in her breasts. So we have a metaphor and alliteration on what sound? So we've got this metaphor and alliteration on the plosive be, and what she's comparing is the impact of the milk within her breast is being compared, so the impact of the milk in her breast is being compared to burning. Why is she making that comparison? I think she's trying to infer something evil, satanic, devil-like. Apparently that's what happens when you go to hell, one burns. And that kind of satanic, evil, devil-like nature is then reinforced further with the aggression that we see from the plosive B sound. But it's okay, she was just dreaming, and she woke to the streaming sun. Short sentence to begin with is the first thing I'd look at there. And it marks the relief that she experiences on waking from this nightmare. I think you could also look potentially at the word choice on streaming and what are the connotations of streaming. And I'm not talking about YouTube. It might be inferring this idea of tears. Okay? And again, what you're looking at here is emotional distress. Because what's really important to capture in your understanding of that whole dream sequence is that she's trying to help us understand how distressed, emotionally distressed, worried, anxious, frightened, scared she is by what he has done. And that's the whole point of the dream.